Live on your health tonight, the warnings about seed oils are everywhere on social media, right? And plenty of people and even businesses are listening. But just how harmful are they? It's been a growing shift in the grocery store aisle.
People walk right in the door and say, "Do you have avocado oil?"
Cooking oil, cooking up plenty of questions and controversy.
They're trying not to buy vegetable oil.
Louise Mawhinney, the owner of Duck Soup in Sudbury, says she's seen the change in shopping trends firsthand.
A lot of the seed oils are used, they're very highly processed. It's just become a huge thing, yeah. People really are paying attention.
Between olive and avocado oil, you really don't even want to use any other kind of oil.
Seed oils are any kind of cooking oils that have been chemically or mechanically extracted from the seeds of plants. The most common seed oils are soybean, sunflower, grapeseed, and canola oil, and they've been getting a bad rap. Critics claiming they're just unhealthy.
A lot of people are surprised to learn that the average American eats 20 to 30% of their daily calories from seed oils.
Corey Nelson is the co-founder of the Seed Oil Free Alliance, and he says when you look at how much we consume, it raises concerns.
People are beginning to question, are seed oils beneficial? Can they be harmful in some contexts?
Avocado oil spray, yes indeed.
From health-conscious influencers to apps providing a guide to seed oil-free dining options, to restaurants marketing their oil ingredients, the interest in this issue is clearly growing. But are seed oils really toxic?
The food system, it is very hard to navigate in the modern ages.
Sandra Zhang is a pediatric nutritionist at Tufts Medical Center, and she says seed oils are often misunderstood, and it all comes down to the word inflammation.
Seed oils, they tend to have a higher percentage of the omega-6 fatty acids, which there are rumors out there that it is inflammatory. But what happens is there are some limited studies done on animal models that show some pro-inflammatory properties of omega-6 fatty acids, and there are no really strong evidence that it does lead to inflammation in humans.
Zhang says that higher levels of omega-6 fatty acids in seed oils isn't necessarily a bad thing in moderation.
Both of them are essential nutrients, so we have to get it from food. The seed oils do have both types of fatty acids, so generally speaking, seed oils itself isn't really dangerous.
She says the bigger problem lies in how the oils are used, which is often in ultra-processed and deep-fried foods.
But for, let's say, healthy adults who are eating at restaurants, the total amount and the frequency of consuming outside foods, fast foods, and packaged processed foods tend to have a greater impact on health outcomes than the type of oil used in one dish.
Yeah, now for Zhang there, she says saturated fat is a much bigger health concern, especially for people with cardiovascular conditions, metabolic diseases, or weight issues. It's also important to mention health journeys are not one size fits all, especially if you have intolerances or allergies. So it's important to talk to your doctor about any dietary concerns.